this is Richard from Life from Living Well, and welcome back to another episode and podcast from this platform. I hope everyone is well and good. The topic I have for you this week, I call it Heaven and Hell on Earth. This is the essay that I wrote sometimes in January, and I wanted to present it as a podcast for this week. And most people, where they come across the word of heaven and earth, is truly religious concept. But I want you to say it beyond this spiritual or religious concept. I wanted to bring it down to practicality and reality. If I tell you that there is no heaven and there is no hell, that the both we as a human being, we created that in our life, and I'm going to try to present it to you in a way that you might be able to see senses in the argument. So, as I said earlier, the concept of heaven and earth is something most people come across through the religious or spiritual concept. But I wanted to expatiate this beyond this two or one model. How do you create your hell and how do you create your heaven in this planet Earth? Okay, so let's get started. What if I tell you that you create your heaven and hell in the planet Earth? You might ask me, what is it talking about? Or what do you mean? Relax and be patient a bit, and you will see where the arguments come from and what I'll try to present to you. Most people don't tend to remember the good feelings for long, but they tend to remember the uncomfortable feeling for many, many days, months, even years for some times. And these rob them immediate present or joy in their life. So, how did they do this? I remember a story of a Native American story. There was a grandson went to visit his grandfather, and as they usually do, the grandfather always tell the little boy the story which he profoundly loved to hear. So this particular day, the grandfather started a story this way, and he said there's a battle going on inside every human being. And he started telling his grandson about two wolves. One wolf is very, very kind, loving, calm, gentle, friendly, happy, and joyful. And he said, there's another wolf. This wolf is full of anger, hatred, he has jealousy, anxiety. He has so many things, evil. So he have things that also go on in this second wolf. So the young man looked into his grandfather and he was puzzled a bit, and he asked him, grandfather, which of these wolf wins? And the grandfather looked into his grandson and he said, the one you feed. So the irony of this particular story is to say that whether we like it or not, the experience that we had, the good or the bad, most of the time is down to our thoughts, our interpretation of events. Yes, bad things happen to good people, and bad things happen to most people. But sometimes the event that happened in the past, we keep the memory of it, and the more we ash it, it robbing us from the other emotions that is available to us to exploit. So most people, they create more L in their life based on their thoughts, based on their own behavior. They make a lot of choices that lead them to self-annihilation, self-destructive. Uh, it brings more pain into their life. So this is what I call L. And then some people have learned to work on their own inner issues, and they bring a lot of positive experience into their life. So I call this heaven. So if I tell you that you create your heaven when your thought and actions so were raised beyond the low vibration, so you begin to exhibit more positive experiences in your life. So for example, if you prioritize to live your life in a meaningful way, or you decided that your action become more intentional rather by accident or by more by impulsive, so you begin to create more positive experience into your life. You begin to have more higher emotions like calmness, like peace, like joyful. You begin to have away, and all these things start begin to happen in your life. In fact, your tolerance level go up. You become more patient. You become more comfort, show more compassion. You become more accepting yourself and accepting other people. When you can accept yourself, you cannot accept anyone. Impossible. And when you don't love yourself, you cannot love another person. Impossible. So most people will pretend that they can love other people when they don't really love themselves. And and this is why we create our own hell and our own heaven. So I implore you today that you yourself, you create your own heaven and you create your own hell in this planet world based on two things, your thought and your actions. If you change your thought, you change your action, you will create a different shift. You will move from hell to heaven, or you move from heaven to hell. So this is what I wanted to share with us today. And I hope this week, this particular message helps someone. And if you have any question, you can always write to me directly at info at lifeforlivingwell.info. And you can check more materials about this particular topic on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.info. Once again, my name is Richard, and you can always write me if you have any question. Thank you for taking time for listening to this podcast today. Remember, you create your heaven and earth, and create the heaven for yourself, and then your story will change. Thank you, and have an amazing week.